All right, for this explainer, we're not just going to look at ParaVet.live as another tech platform. We need to frame this as what it really is, a solution to one of the most powerful human emotions, pure, gut-wrenching terror, because its entire reason for being is to take that feeling and turn it into calm. So, let's dive in.
This quote just cuts right to the heart of it. Picture this. It's 3 in the morning, you're in a remote village, and your most valuable animal is sick. The nearest vet? Maybe 100 kilometers away. That feeling, that's not a business problem. That is terror. And it's the daily reality for 2 billion smallholder farmers, the very people who produce a third of all the food we eat.
So let's actually put some hard numbers on that feeling of terror. Because once you see the data, you realize this isn't just an emotional story. It's a massive, quantifiable global crisis.
Okay, just take a second and look at this number. $358.4 billion. That is the value lost every single year to livestock disease. This isn't a guess, it's confirmed by a huge study from Oxford Analytica. It's an almost unimaginable economic blow to our global food system.
And who feels that loss the most? Well, it's these people, right here. We're talking about 570 million smallholder farms. Most of them are working on less than 2 hectares of land. For them, losing even one animal isn't just a number on a spreadsheet. It can be the end of their livelihood. It's that terror of complete financial ruin.
And this is where the story gets really, really tough to talk about. This chart shows the devastating human cost of all that constant stress and helplessness. Farmers are 3.5 times more likely to die by suicide than the general population. This is the tragic, human endpoint of that 3 a.m. terror we started with. So here's the crucial takeaway from all this. We have to completely reframe how we see the problem. This isn't some technology gap waiting for a cool new app. No, this is a full-blown humanitarian crisis that also happens to have a massive economic engine attached to solving it.
Okay, so how do you even begin to solve for that kind of terror? Well, the core insight behind ParaVet is that they aren't selling telemedicine. They are solving what they call farming anxiety. They're in the business of guiding people from terror to calm, from helplessness to confidence.
And let's be really clear about what farming anxiety is. It's not just regular stress. It's this deep, existential dread you feel when you're watching your animals suffer and you're completely powerless to stop it, knowing your family's entire livelihood is on the line. That is the specific enemy ParaVet was built to defeat.
And this is how they do it. The platform is literally designed to walk a farmer through this emotional journey. It meets them in their moment of panic, gives them an immediate assessment to kill the uncertainty, provides a clear, actionable plan, helps them actually take that action, follows up to make sure they're supported, and ultimately builds lasting confidence.
This really gets to the core of that jobs to be done idea, right? A farmer isn't hiring an app to get a consultation. They're hiring the feeling of competence. They're hiring protection for their family's future. And maybe the most important job of all, they are hiring the feeling of not being completely and totally alone in a moment of crisis.
So we know the what and the why, but how do you actually deliver this calm at scale? Well, you don't build something new and hope they come. You go directly inside the tool they already live in every single day. You meet them exactly where they are.
The power of this strategy is just undeniable when you look at the data. 96%, 95%, 97% penetration. WhatsApp isn't just an app in these markets. It's the fundamental way people communicate. It's infrastructure. By being WhatsApp native, ParaVet completely eliminates friction. They're already inside the app that farmers open 25 times a day.
And here's the magic happening behind the scenes, all within that simple WhatsApp chat. It's basically a team of 6 specialized AI agents, all working together. You've got the triage agent for instant assessment, the consultation agent giving advice in over 1,600 languages, and then agents for scheduling, payments, e-commerce, and even proactive follow-ups. It's the whole shebang. So when you put this side by side with the old way, you see it's not just an improvement, it's a fundamentally different model. Traditional telemedicine is app-based, which means high friction. It's focused on pets in developed countries. ParaVet is the polar opposite, zero friction, built for the massive, underserved livestock market in emerging economies.
So, ParaVet masterfully solves the problem of availability, getting expert advice to a farmer instantly. But that's only half the battle, right? What happens when the farmer knows what's wrong, but can't afford the treatment? That's where a really key strategic partnership comes into play.
This is the core formula.
It's simple, but it's everything. ParaVet provides the availability of care, but their partnership with Prosperous, which is the biggest credit marketplace in Latin America, provides the access to financing. When you put those two together, you finally have a complete solution that addresses the entire problem from start to finish.
So here's how it works in the real world. A farmer is in the ParaVet marketplace, ready to buy medicine. At checkout, they get a buy now, pay later option from Prosperous, right there in WhatsApp. It turns a big, scary, upfront cost into small, manageable payments. This creates something totally new, a care to commerce to credit system. And the best part? ParaVet's data helps underwrite loans for farmers who've never had a credit history before.
And you have to understand, this partnership isn't just a feature. It's a critical piece of a much, much bigger vision. The goal here isn't just to be an app or a service. It's to become a piece of essential global infrastructure, what they call a conversational farming rail. And this isn't some far-off dream. They have a clear, phased plan to get there. First, build the foundation and expand into key regions. Next, hit the accelerator by embedding finance and integrating with governments. And then, in the years after that, aim for true dominance, serving over 50 countries and launching entirely new things like livestock insurance.
This quote just brings it all together so perfectly. The whole platform is designed as this incredible, self-reinforcing loop. Every single consultation reduces anxiety for a farmer, and that builds trust. That interaction then creates data that makes the AI smarter, and every single confident farmer makes the entire network more valuable for everyone else. It's just a beautiful, powerful flywheel.
So let's just leave it with this one question. What actually happens when you stop focusing on just delivering a service and you start solving for a deep-seated human emotion? When you connect 2 billion farmers not just to a vet, but to a feeling of calm, support, and control? What does that change? The impact could truly reshape global food security from the ground up.